9 used cars you should never buy. Number 9, Nissan Pathfinder. The Pathfinder is a midsize SUV that has been in production since 1990. Nissan sold 150,000 copies of the Pathfinder between 2013 and 2014. According to Car Complaints, the 2005 model should be avoided at all costs as it was the year with the most problems. There have been over 600 complaints for that model year, with transmission failure being the major one. There have been 9 recalls for the 2013 model, all at different times. According to Cars.com, the first recall had an issue to do with the loss of transmission fluids. This meant that the acceleration of the car was so faulty that it left the driver at high risk of being involved in a crash. Number 8, Ford Explorer. The Ford Explorer is currently in its 5th generation and has been in production since 1991. It was meant to be the successor of the Ford Bronco 2 and came in either a 2-door or a 4-door model. There are over 12,000 complaints of the Ford Explorer on CarComplaints.com. 2004 has to be the worst year for the car manufacturer. Car Complaints noted that needing to avoid this car like the plague was putting it lightly. There have been over 600 reported cases involving the transmission of the Ford Explorer. The interior accessories were also subpar and did not age well, which is unfortunate for a vehicle of this class. There have been 182 complaints involving the engine of the Ford Explorer. Number 7, Audi Q5. This compact luxury crossover has been in production since 2009. Audi has always been a class leader when it comes to the interior, and the consistency is evident even in the newer models of the Q5. When looking for a used car, you should avoid the 2012 model as it is the one with the highest number of mechanical problems and failures. The most common complaint according to Car Complaints is the steering completely locking up. This happens at just 8,000 miles and there is no way of escaping it if you are buying a used one. It costs around $3,300 to fix the problem. Another common problem with the Audi Q5 is excessive oil consumption, which is a recurring problem that costs $900 to fix. Number 6, Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep Wrangler looks good and has aged gracefully. It is the perfect machine for off-road executions. It has a detachable roof and doors, making it also ideal for summer driving. The price for a basic trim is reasonable, and it's easy enough to find good condition models on the second-hand market. There are over 1,655 issues that have been raised about the Jeep Wrangler on Car Complaints. You should steer very clear of the 2008 model as it is the one that has garnered the highest number of complaints. The most common problem experienced by Jeep owners is tip failure, which can happen after around 47,000 miles. The cost of this particular repair is $1,300. Another problem is the death wobble, which costs roughly $800 to fix. Number 5, Infiniti Q50. The Infiniti Q50 is a luxury compact car that first hit the assembly line in 2013. It has all the aesthetic appeal that would make it attractive given that it is a recent car. According to Car Complaints, 2014 is the worst model year for the car. The most common problem with the Infiniti Q50 is the pump seal failure and the master cylinder. This costs about $2,000 to repair. Another common problem reported is the premature tire wear, which can be a big cost in the long run. The third most common problem according to Car Complaints is premature brake wear, which will set you back around $400. Number 4, Volkswagen Touareg. This German automobile has been in production since 2002. The car is named after the nomadic people from North Africa who are known to explore the desert. According to Car Complaints, the 2007 model is the one that has had the highest number of problems and complaints, although there were problems reported with the 2012 model as well. The biggest problem with the Volkswagen Touareg is the EPC warning light, which can cost over $5,000 to fix. This is not a cost you'd want to incur, especially if you are buying a used vehicle. The second most commonly reported problem has to do with fuel pump failure, which will set you back around $11,000 for the newer models. Unless you have a lot of money in the bank, this is not a vehicle you should be buying second-hand. Number 3. Chevrolet Camaro. Here's yet another American car. The Chevrolet Camaro was first introduced to the mass market in 1966. The first generation featured everything you'd ever want in a vehicle, but the same can't be said of all the generations and models. According to Car Complaints, the 2010 model has the highest number of complaints, followed by 2013. The most common problem has to do with the engine. Another common problem that is experienced by Chevy Camaro owners is the premature timing chain wear, which costs an average of $2,000 to fix. There have been also numerous issues reported with the key getting stuck in the ignition switch, which can cost up to $300 to fix. Number 2. BMW X5. The X5 is mid-size luxury SUV from BMW that has been in production since 1999. According to BMW, the X5 is more tailored as a sports activity vehicle than an SUV. The sales have been kind of hit or miss, with 40,000 units sold on average every year. According to RepairPal, the most common problem reported is the air suspension, which can cost up to $3,000 to fix. You are also likely to experience problems with the thermostat and the water pump. There are reportedly persistent problems with oil leaks for the older models. The main problem with the BMW X5 is repairs don't come cheap, even though it is a great car to drive. Number 1. Cadillac SDS. The Cadillac SDS was on the assembly line from 2004 until 2011. They are quite affordable. You can find a 2011 model for as low as $7,000. The car's performance was its main selling point when it first launched. The 2011 model came with a V8 engine which could produce up to 302 horsepower. According to car surveys, the catalytic converters tend to get clogged after a while. This can be a problem if the car is not under warranty. There have also been problems with shifting, which can become a nuisance if you drive the car on a daily basis. The tech can also become buggy, which in turn results in a series of electrical failures. One owner noted that the appearance was the vehicle's only redeeming quality.